guys, welcome to RX Tutorials. I am Rexford. In today's video, we are going to build a Microsoft Power BI dashboard. It's a beginner course, and later during the video, we are going to zoom straight to advanced. So it's for beginner to advanced dashboard. So first of all, let me just take a quick brief through Power BI. We know that business intelligence refers to taking raw data from a data source, and then we can transform this data into usable data and then utilize it to make reports. We can make information graphics also for data analysis. So Microsoft has built this powerful tool that is the Microsoft Power BI, and then we can download the Microsoft Power BI. I'll provide a link in my video. We can download the Microsoft Power BI for free. The Microsoft Power BI is a business analytics service by Microsoft. It is used to analyze data and also share useful insights, providing interactions, visualizations, and business intelligence capabilities. So you can just download it through the link I'll provide. Just download the Microsoft Power BI desktop and then follow along as I take you through this journey to building this beautiful dynamic dashboard that we are going to use. So first of all, we are going to connect our Power BI to our database. Our data source is going to be a MySQL database, which is going so basically it's a supply chain operations dashboard. How are we going to automate our processes? How are we going to know the number of orders, the quantities, the shipped orders, the status, everything about our supply chain? This is a 360 supply chain operations dashboard. So take a seat and follow me as I take you through this exciting journey. So first of all, we have a new workbook. In a new workbook, this is a blank workbook. You open the Power BI desktop. You have your pane or your front pane is like this. So we'll go to get data. We have to get our data from a data source. So you click on the icon get data, and then on the get data, it provides you data sources. That is, you can get your data from Excel. It has numerous data sources that you can connect to from a SQL server, from Azure, from Power BI data flows, or from a CSV file, web, or blank queries. So we go to more, and then when you go to more, it opens a new pane or a new pop-up comes up. And then when you scroll, you have all the databases. We have the Access database, SQL Server Analysis Service, the IBM, but we'll choose MySQL because I have MySQL database on my desktop. So I'll choose MySQL and then I'll press connect. So it opens up, it asks for my server name. My server name is my local host. Then my database is the classic models. I'll provide a link to also download the if you want to install the MySQL database and also this exact database, that's the classic models. It's all a public data, so you can just install it. So it opens up the navigator. So in this case, it opens up all the tables in this database. So you can choose whatever tables you want. But based on our tutorial today, we can just let's select all. You can select all. So after selecting the tables you want to work with, then we go to transform data. That is when we will transform the data to suit whatever specifications we want. So as we can see, this is a test because on the icon, as you can, this is a test. So you have all the data types here: decimal, date, date time. This is a product name. It's also a test. So you have to just go through if it's recognizing. I don't need this. So you can just select the column or the field and press the delete, or select it, right click and remove. So we can delete this. I think it's okay. So let's take a quick through all the we delete this one. We can also delete this. So you can just take a quick through all the tables to see whether you have all your specification. You can change the data type, you can change the positioning of your columns or fields. So let's select all, say remove the columns. So I think we are done. Yeah, so we go to the top pane, we click on the top pane, we right close and apply. So we are going to load our database. So currently it's applying query changes. So all the changes that we made in the query editor will be reflected here. So we are going to make all the changes. So we are, first of all, we are loading our data into our model. So when you look at the right side, you see that all our tables have been loaded. So in this table, when you click on the icon, it opens up all the columns or the fields in the table, the exact tables. So we have all our orders and everything. We go to, here is the chart. So in a second report or data, this is our tables. And the last one is our model. So Power BI, what that is very great about Power BI, it automatically detects all the relationships that you have. Let's close this. All the relationships that you have. So it automatically detects and builds all the relationships. In the data modeling, we can build our own relationships. So it detects the primary keys or the common relationship between the tables. So in this case, for example, if you hover on this, you see that the product line is connecting the product table to the models. It's connecting this table to this table through the product line. So this is the connecting factor or the primary keys. So in this case, these two tables are connected by the product code. So we can build our own relationships. So that's a quick brief up of this. Yeah, so we can build our own relationships. So that's a beginner code. So from the beginning, in the advanced stage, we'll build our own relationships through the data modeling, where we can build complex relationships that will give us great results. So let's go back to our field. So let me take a look at here. Yeah, so first of all, what we are going to do in starting or in building this dashboard, we are going to first of all build all our charts, and then finally we build our dashboard. So in the first chart, is quantity ordered and by the product. So here you have the visualizations. When we look at the right pane of this side, on the right side, you have all the visualizations. If you're a first time user, so when you hover around the visualization, the name, you know this is a stacked bar chart. This is also a stacked column chart. So clustered bar chart. So you have all the great visualization. You can also get more visuals or import your own visualizations. We can import Python scripts. We can import R scripts. So it's really handy and a great tool. So first of all, like we just looked at the original, we are just going to build a column chart where we are going to build our quantity ordered by the product. So first of all, we can just simply click on this. So this gives you a blank column chart. In our blank column chart, what we want to build, or the chart we want to build is our quantity ordered. We have our quantity ordered right here. So we can build this quantity, just drag and drop in our product code. So in this case, it gives us all the product code with the quantities ordered. But I wouldn't want to see all the, because we have a lot of products. So when you scroll here, you can see that all the product. So I want to customize this. I want to change this to like a 10 products will be filtered. So in that case, I'll click on this, then I'll go to the filters. I'll go to the product code. In the filter type, I'll select the top N. In my top 10, in my top N, I want to select the top 10. So by which value? That is by the quantity ordered. So I can just drag it to fill up the quantity ordered. So I'm saying that show me a top 10 of the product codes based on the quantity ordered. So I'll click on apply filter. So it applies the filter, and then we have our top 10 based on the quantity ordered. So when you click on any chart, this is the format, the formatting of the chart. This gives you the general over the fields, and this is the analytics. So first of all, let's click on the chart, and then we can go to the format. So in the format chart, we can change our data color. So in that case, we can, when you click here, we have our data color. So we can change it to our own color that we want. Yeah, we can change our data color, or we can choose a custom color. When you click on custom, and then you can put in the hex code of that color. So we can choose our data color. So let's see, let me check the hex code of this. We go to our visualization, data colors. Yeah, data colors, go to custom. Let's copy our hex code. So you can use this hex code for this exact color if you want this. It's a little bit different. So I'll go here, go to custom, delete this, and paste our hex code here. So that gives me that custom. So you see that it gives me that custom color that I have. So in the filter, we can change the data colors. Not only we can turn on the data labels. If you want to see the quantities, we can turn on the data labels. We can turn on data labels. We can also modify the title, change the font, but let's leave that for later. So let's pull our first chart here, and we go to our second chart. Our second chart is our order number by status. So, and it's a donor chart. So first of all, I can click on the donor chart, and the donor chart, what I want to see is my order numbers. So in my, this is my order number. So this shows you the order numbers, but I don't want to see my order numbers here. I want to see my order numbers in my value section. And in my value section, but what I want to see is also, I want to see the status of each order. So I'll grab my status here. So in that case, it gives me the status of all the orders, but in the count of order, I want to do a distinct count. So I have all my count of all the orders, the state count of all the orders, and all the status of all the orders. So when you want to change it to, when you go, you click on the icon or the link here, we have a count general and we have a distinct count. So in this case, I want to do a distinct count. It's currently on a distinct count. So I have my second chart. In my third chart, it's the order number by year. So Let me just drag this. Yeah, resize it a little bit. This is also a bar chart, so I can just click cluster column chart, just this, any chart, and then I'll order date. So in my axis, I'll have my date. So when you look at here, this is the axis, and in my values, I want the count of the order numbers that I had, or the orders. So this is the values. In my values, but this didn't count. So I have my order numbers. That is the shipped, my order numbers by all the years. So in 2003, so I can just click on the chart, turn on the data labels so that I see the division out of the 300 and something orders that I shipped. In 2003, we shipped these orders. In 2004, in 2005, there was this orders. So I have all my three charts. I go to original dashboard, and in the quantity orders by the year. That's our next one. So we can also click anywhere, just an empty chart, and then we look for our quantity ordered is here. I click on the quantity ordered, and the date that we ordered, order date is here. So I have my quantity ordered, total quantity ordered by the years. So this is my chart. I'll format the charts differently. So we go to the quantity ordered by year, and then sales by product. So again, you can just click here, and then quantity ordered by year, by country. So in that case, my chart, so order quantity, yeah, and then I want to see the countries. So I'll go to my customer table. In my customer table, I'll see that I have my countries here. So how is it possible that I'm going to, because I have connected all the tables together through the models here, it has created a relationship between all the tables. So we can pick a field here and then connect it with another field here because we have a join. So that's our ordered quantity. So in this case, we want to change our chart type. So we select the chart, and then what we want to see is we want to see a map. But in this case, let's do a field map. We can also do, yeah, let's choose this map type. We can increase the size of the bubbles. We can change the colors. We can do a lot with it. So let's build our last chart. In our last chart, we are going to do our sales by product. So in our sales by product, in this table, we have the price of each. We have a quantity ordered, so we can just multiply the price of each by the quantities, the price by quantity, to get the sales revenue. So what we are going to do is we go to the tables, then we have our ordered, quantity ordered here, and we have this. So in this table, we have our quantity ordered. So we have our quantity ordered and the price of each. So what we want to do, we want to build a new column that will just multiply this by this. So we'll say new column, And in this new column, let's say we'll make it our sales revenue. Yeah. And our sales revenue, what we are going to say is that we are going to multiply our quantity ordered by the price of each. So we'll say this is our quantity ordered. So it's this times the price of each. So it will pop up this from this table. So we just do a simple multiplication, enter. So this gives us our sales revenue. So we can go back here, click on any chart, get a different chart, and it's our sales by our product. So our product code here, and then our sales. So we have all the sales that we did for all the products. So in that case, we can also filter this. We can do a top end filtering. Let's do the top end, and then we want to filter by the value. This is the sales revenue. So we just drag and then we click on the apply date, apply filter. So we have all our 6 charts. For our first dashboard, so we have all our charts. We can rename this. This will be our dashboard, and this is going to be our charts. So in our dashboard, we are going to first of all create our header. But as you can see, we have our page background. So we are going to insert our page background. So but first of all, let me change the view. You can see that we have a custom page size or a view, but I can always change it. So I can go to view, and then when you go to the page view, you have the fit to page. I can also choose a fit to width. I want to choose a fit to width so that it will be able to. So we are going to build our dashboard. To build our dashboard, we first of all insert our page background. To insert our page background, we click anywhere within the page, go to the format pane. In the format pane, we have different information, the page information, the page background. We have the page size and other ones. So first of all, we need the page background. In the page background, you have an add image. So we can click on the add image, and then you select your any image you want to set as your background. So I've selected my background image, and then currently the transparency is set as 100%. So I'll set the transparency to 0 to take away the white, so our background then becomes visible. So I'll set the image fit to fit, so it fits right on the page size. So I have my background image. I can show you later during the other videos. I'll show you how I create all my custom page backgrounds. It's pretty easy. We can use Microsoft PowerPoint. You can even do your background design from in Microsoft Excel. So I have my background inserted. I also insert my image, as RX Tutorials logo. You can insert the image or your company logo. So I'll go to insert, then I'll go to image, and then I'll insert my logo. So I have my logo here. I can just resize this. So let's create the header. To create the header, we go to insert, and then we'll insert a text box. In the text box, we can write our header in supply chain operations dashboard. So let's increase our font. Let's select the text. Let's increase our font. We can center this. We can make it bold. Let's change, let me see, let's change the font type to bold. So we have our text box. You can just select our text box, drag it. Let's try and resize this. Yeah. So we have our header. So we can select our text box, the border is off, and then we can edit our text box. But in this case, it's okay. So I'll just leave it as that. So we have our logo here. Let me just resize this a little bit. Yeah. So we've created our header. We have our logo. We have our page background. We can go to our charts and insert our charts. So you can click and then press on Control to select. Let's select our chart. You can Control C, just right click, copy. We come to the dashboard. Control V to paste our chart. Let's do that again. I think something went wrong. Control C. We come here. So we insert all our charts. Control C to copy. And then insert our chart. So let's resize our charts. Pull it down. Yeah. Yeah. So we can resize it. First of all, let's change our colors for it to be uniform. So we select this chart, go to the format pane, go to the data colors. We have our default color. We want our custom color. Or you can just click on the chart, go to format, you go to the home, you have the format painter, and then you can click on the format painter to apply the format. So let's do that. It's simple and easy. So we have all our charts formatted. So let's do some resizing of the charts. So as you can see, as you resize, because we have set that our grid lines show, you can turn this off also, but it's really a great tool because then you can do it manually, or you can just select the chart, then go to the format, and then we have align. If you want to align top, then it aligns, but the grid lines also help you in aligning. So as you can see, the three charts are aligned. Also, let me resize this. You can also make all your charts to have the same size. So this is a matter of preference. So I think our charts are okay. We have our headers. We have all our charts. So let's go. Okay, we have to insert our cards here. These are cards that we'd have to insert, so we have to do some resizing again. Just shut this down. Yeah, I will realign all the charts again, but first of all, let's do our cards. So when you come to the visualizations, Microsoft Power BI provides this a card. We click on an empty card, and in the first card, what we want to show is we want to show a count of our order numbers. So we can do that. Let's say we write a measure, you can just drag, but it's better because. So first of all, let's do a new measure. In the new measure, we are going to say that this is going to be our distinct count of orders, and that is going to be a distinct count. So let's do a distinct count of all our orders. So we come to the cart and then we drag our measure here. So this gives us a distinct count of all the order numbers. Our second card is also our total sales. We've already done that, so we can click on the cards, a second card. So we go to new measure. In the new measure, we can rename it total sales. And what we are going to do, we are going to sum sales revenue. So this is simply a measure that is a sum function, and then we are going to sum all our sales revenue. Just click enter, and then we have our total measure here. We can set a table. If you can set a table, and then we can put all our measures in that table. That is really simple and organized, but we can also do it straight away. So we have our total sales. So that's our second information we want to display. And the third information, that's our total quantity ordered. We'll do another measure. So the same way, we go to home and then we click on new measure. In a new measure, we want to do the total quantity ordered. So let's say total quantity ordered. Total ordered quantities. Quantities. Let's do the proper way. Quantities, yeah. And that's going to be the sum of all the quantity ordered and we click enter. So we are using the same sum function. So in that case, we will put it on a new card. So we click on a new card, and this card will be the total ordered quantity. That's our third information. Our fourth information we want to display. We want to display the other countries, because that's very important in the supply chain operations. We want to know the number of countries we've been shipping to, the total quantities ordered, the sales we are making, the distinct count of orders for each year. So our fourth card or information we want to display will be to know the count of our ordered countries. So in that, we can go to a new measure. In this new measure, we say total countries, ordered countries. Yes, make it total ordered countries. Yeah. And this you do a count, distinct count. We are going to do a distinct count of all the countries. So the field, this simply is the table that we are taking this column from. So we are we are evaluating the distinct count of all the countries, and we are taking it from the table that is the customers table, and the classic model is the database name. So and this is the table. The square bracket, you have the field or the column we are specifying. So in that case, we want to do a distinct count for the countries. So we would have a new card as well, and this card is going to display the distinct count sorry this count is going to display the distinct count of all the countries. These are total ordered countries. Yeah, that is it. So we have this number of countries. We have this. So that's our fourth information we want to display. Let's take a look, and last information is our product. So we go to new measure, and then we write a new measure. The name is our distinct count of product. We want to know the number of products that we're dealing with, distinct count of product. So in this measure, we also use the distinct count function, and then we'll take it from the product column, the product column or field, and the database is the other details. So we also have the product code also in the product table, so you can take it from any other table. So we have the product code. Let's give me a distinct count. So in that case, I'll also insert a new card that will display this information. So this distinct count of our product, that's huge, 109 products that we are selling. So we have all our cards displaying our information. So let's resize all our charts. Let me lower this. Let's resize all our cards. Let's resize this. Let's resize this. Let me format this. Let's resize this. So just resize all to any size. Let's resize this. Yeah. We can rename all this. to whatever name that we want. We can rename all this. Yeah, let's resize also this one. Yeah. Let's resize this. So I'll rename all this, but we'll do the formatting later on. And in the last part, we have to insert a slicer. So we click, there's a slicer. When you go to the visualization, you click on this, the funnel image, that is the slicer. In this slicer, I want to see the order date. So by default, it gives me this custom visualization, but I can always change it. If you want a drop down list, there's a small icon, like a drop down icon. When you click on it, it gives you all the default types of visualization that you want, if you want a list or after or between. So let's resize this. Let's resize all that. So I have my date. Yeah. So we'll do some. So first of all, we can also insert our images. So for the count, for this count of orders, so we go to insert, we go to image, and I have all my tools here. So I can select this. So I have my image here. I can resize this to fit it to this. So we can select this and also select this, and then we can go to format, and then we group them. So now they are a group. We can align them to the middle. So let's resize this. Let's insert our image for our total sales. So in our image, we go to insert. Same way as we did, we can insert our euro currency, 9.6 million euros that we did for the total for the 3 years. So you can select the image and the card as well. Go to format, and we can group this. So we have this as well. In total quantity, we can also insert another image. So all this is a matter of formatting and then inserting. It's quite pretty simple and straightforward. You just resize this to here. Let's insert all our images. Have this. This will be here. Then we insert this. Will be here. So let's resize all that. Let's resize this. Let's format our date. So we click on this, we go to the format, and the format we want to turn off the title, because of course as soon as everyone sees this, we know that this is a date, so I don't need the title of order date. So I'll click on the slicer heading. I'll turn it off so that we see that it's vanished. So I can expand this. I will go to the still on the slicer selected. I'll go to the data inputs. In the data input, the text size, I'll change it to 14, or let's make it 13. Yeah, let's make it 13. And then in the font family, I'll change it to bold. Seg bold. Let's format our chart. In our chart, we click on the chart to go to the format, so we can turn on the data labels, we can turn it off. We can also format our title. So in our title, we can also edit it. So in this case, we can edit it, let's say quantity by, let's make it shorter, so that quantity by product. So we have our title, and then I want to put it alignment to center, or you can leave it here. Original, I think we left it. And then we can change our text size to, let's say 16 font size. We can change our to bold. Let's change our format, our background. So we go to the background color. It's currently white. I want to change it to this custom color, or we can, let me choose this color. Let me go to custom. Let me customize this as 6B50F to give it this beautiful color. And then in the font color, I'll make it white. So same as, we can select this chart, go to format, or go to the home. We have the format painter, and then I'll apply it to this. It will apply the same format, the same as this. So I'll apply the same format to all this. Format. So we have all our title formatted. Let me do this as well. It's also formatted here. So let's select this. Go to the format painter. Click on the format. So we have all our formatted charts. We have our header, all our formatted chart, all our cards displaying all the information. So in the next line of action, let's change the display information here. I think it's too long. So to select that, you click the first click and you do a second click to choose the card. So in the card, what we'll do is we go to the format. In the format, when you have the category, you can turn off the category off, and then it turns it off. If you want to put something or a display or the category, you can put it on. So we can go here and then rename this, the category name. We can change it to total orders. So I think that is shorter. So we have this. Let's double click on this and let me resize this. Yeah, it's okay. So I go to my second card information. We'll do the same as usual. We do a double click to select this. So I think the total says is okay. The display is okay, so there's no need to change it. We go to our third card. It's okay. Let's change this one to other countries. Let's make it a little shorter. So I'll remove this. Yeah. So we have this. And with this count of products is okay. So let's resize our card so that our border for the header shows clearly. So we have all our information here. The next line of action, then we will insert our buttons because we want to display a buttons. As I told you from the start, this is a 3 dashboard in one. So the first page is the overview page, the second page is the other details, and then we go to the product analysis. So let's go to our page. Let's insert. You go to insert, and then we go to buttons. We insert a blank button. We drag the button here. Let's resize this to be a little bigger. So with the button selected, I go to the format. With the button selected, with the formatting of the button, I go to the button test. I turn it on. In the button test, I want to display overview. It's already centered in the middle, so that is okay. I'll make the font size 16. I'll change the font to bold, and then I'll change the font color to white, and then we go to the background. In the background, I'll change the font color to this color, and then in the button test, let me increase the padding here, and then we want to change the border, so we have that curved shape. So we go back to our page with the selected, we go to the border, we turn it on, and with the border radius, let's change it to 10 pixels. 10. Yeah, so we change it to 10, so it gives it that curved shape. And then with the shadow, we turn the shadow on. So here you can change if you want the shadow color. You can change the shadow color to any color you want. You open this, you can change the position either to the inside or to the outside. You can change the positioning, we put it back to outside. With the preset, you can change it to whatever position that you want. So that is all to your specifications. So I'll leave it like this, try to resize it a little bit. So we have our border here, so I can just copy this and duplicate this 3 times. So I have this, and I have my third button, and then I'll just select on the second button, go to the button test and just edit this. So our second one is other details, and with the third button selected, we'll edit this to be our product details. So I think we are all set and done. Yeah, other details, and this is, sorry, this is product analysis. Product details or product analysis, anyhow you want it. So this is product analysis. Let's drag this bigger. Yeah, just increase this so it's a little bit uniform. So we have all our three buttons. So guys, we are almost done. We have our headers, we have all our buttons. Now when we click this, nothing happens because we've not added any action. So we can turn on the action, and then whatever thing we want to do, choose, that will be on the second part of the video. So with this, the first dashboard, when we change the date, we see that everything changes. So we have our total sales, the quantity ordered from this date, from the 26th of October to the 31st of May, the following 2 years. So as we change or we alter the date, all the charts automate or changes, and all the cards information also changes. We made 217 total orders between 2003 2005. Between those months, specific months, so you can just change it. You can also drill through. So when you select one product, it's selected, you double click on the chart to remove or clear the filter. So in one last part, on hover, by default, Microsoft BI, Power BI shows us our product code. Yes, we have our product code and the quantity order. That's what the information. But we can create a custom tooltip. So guys, we've come to the end of the first part of the video. In the second part of the video, we are going to create exciting charts. In the second part, I would want to see our order details. That's our order details page. We are going to make use of the gate chart to produce or to create a shipped orders, showing the shipped orders. And also we are going to create a tree map chart and also a funnel chart. In the third part, we are going to use Power BI's advanced formula, that is the rank function. In the rank function, we will be able to rank all the products based on sales, based on quantity sold. So if we want to see the top 10 products by quantities or by sales, by a click we have the top 10, by a click we have the top 20. So we are going to show all how to create all this automation. Also, we are going to plot a graph of the price versus the quantity ordered. So see you in the next video. Bye.